What's up, guys? This is 101 MMA Clinic. We're gonna do some fights for this weekend. We have UFC Fight Night Krylov against Spann, so stay tuned.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
Beautiful intro, brother. Crushed it.
Amazing. I really like more when you do it, but it is how it is. I have to take my turns.
Yeah, that's right. Not bad for a second try though.
No, I snoozed on the first one.
All right, let's get right into it then. So, you already said we got Krylov versus Spann. Let's take a look at this card right here.
Yeah, so we have, like you said, Nikita Krylov against Spann. We have Andre MUNIZ against Brendan Allen. We have Augusto Sakai against Dontel Mais. Tatiana Suarez against Montana De La Rosa. Mike MALOTT against Johan LAINESSE. Eric Gonzalez against Trevor Peek. So we're going to have some interesting fight. I think better fight than the last weekend, but the odds are not so good. So let's see what we can find and pick and make some money maybe.
Yeah, I agree. A little bit better than last card. I'm pretty excited for a bunch of these fights, even though they're not super highly ranked. But in the first or the main event, Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann, we got a light heavyweight showdown, and it's interesting because both of these guys are not too far removed from some pretty key wins, right? Nikita Krylov, he just beat Uzumir, but before that, he was able to knock out Alexander Gustafsson, who, if you guys remember from maybe a generation ago, he was like the number two guy. Some people even thought that he beat John Jones the first time. And then you look at Ryan Spann, kind of similar thing. His last fight was against Dominic Reyes. Some people thought Reyes beat John Jones when they fought. So two guys coming off of similar victories, beating the guy who was maybe at the top at the time, competitive with John Jones. It's an interesting time for light heavyweight right now, where anybody could take that title. But I've got Ryan Spann going into this. I think just looking at their styles, Nikita Krylov, he starts pretty aggressive early on. He's a fast starter, and I think that could help him in sometimes, but it also kind of hurt him in his last fight against Uzumir. You know, he got tagged early. He had to rely on his solid chin and his grappling. And I think, the kind of panic takedowns that he was getting on Uzumir, that's going to work fine on Uzumir. But against Ryan Spann, I think that's going to get him in trouble. And Ryan Spann, he's got fast hands, powerful hands. I think he's going to get forced into some of that panic wrestling against Spann, and Spann's going to be able to capitalize with his patented guillotine choke. He might not have the best wrestling and jujitsu generally, but when it comes to finding that submission in the scrambles, I think that's where Spann's going to get it done. How about you?
Yeah, I could see it similarly. But interesting fact, like last five fights, Spann didn't go to the second round.
Hmm.
And some of his performances, especially two last one, they were pretty good. But I think if Nikita Kirov played smart, and tried to take it in the deep waters, I'd see his chance. Like you said, even in the fight against Ozdemir, he got hurt, but he managed to overcome and get a victory. So I think he's more complete fighter. Just like only what I see on the side of the Spann, like you said, he has that tricky submissions where he can snap something, but I think against Kirov, um, that will not work that good. But his hands can be a problem. Like if he tags him like Ozdemir did, I think he's gonna go for a finish. And if he managed to get it, of course it's gonna go to him. But if Nikita survives, then I think it's gonna be it's just gonna be a matter of time, and he's gonna take over and win that fight. So I got Nikita in this fight, but let's see.
Do you think Krylov can pull it off with a finish, or it goes to decision?
I think he can, like if he get him tired, get him in bad positions, like there's big possibility that he can finish that fight, like also especially like you saw like how he went against Spann went against Anthony Smith, when you have
Mhm.
higher level grappler, there is that openings that that Spann is not that good, but like again, like we said, he can catch submission, but like he's not like really good grappler in my
Right. Yeah. I would have to agree with that. He can definitely get out grappled, but he's got a very dangerous guillotine. So I love my guillotine. So I think I'm rooting for that one. All right, on
opinion.
to the co-main event. These two guys are also good at submissions. Who we got? We got Andre Muniz and Brendan Allen. Who do you got in this fight?
Yeah, my opinion is pretty high on Andre Munez, like I think like and we were talking, I think even before in one of our shows, that he's so much underrated fighter, and I think that it should be a really easy job for him, like he's southpaw, he's really good like in closing the distance, getting the takedowns. um, he is not like real wrestler, but how he finishing the takedowns really nicely because he's going really fast. As soon as he grabs that leg, he's pulling it in, trying to trip, try to duck down to pull the opponent down. So I really like what he's doing, like when he closed the distance, and when he gets to the ground, like he is pretty heavy, like really excellent jiu-jitsu, so that's his field, and even though I think Brandon Allen has some weapons to make him sweat in this match, I think it's just like he is on the tear, and he will go to that title contender. Like I
Mhm.
see him like in one or two fights. Depends how everything works out. I can see him going for the title.
Yeah, and on top of that, I kind of like his chances against the current middleweight champion, just because his grappling is so dangerous. And Brendan Allen, he probably has like maybe a slight advantage in striking, but Munoz is not that bad at striking either. That's not his strength, but he's definitely comfortable, definitely competent and effective in the striking. And all you need to do is see his fight against Uriah Hall to know that. Uriah Hall is one of the very flashy and dangerous stand-up fighters, and Munoz had no problem walking him down, getting him to the cage, and just striking and also taking him down. I love this guy's top control. He's not the type of fighter to take you down and just wait for the round to run out and then maybe throw some strikes. He's actively trying to pass the guard. He's setting it up with strikes, submission attacks, and he's just putting so much pressure on the guys that they're choosing to turn, expose their back, and then it just goes from there. But I really like his attacks that he gets from the back, especially those arm bars. That's I don't think a lot of guys, maybe now they're ready to defend it, but they're not really ready for that armbar. The most obvious attack is obviously the rear naked choke from there, and he's catching guys. Like, look at what he did to Jacare. That was a work of art, and he did it actually 2 times in a row. That armbar from the back. So Brendan Allen, like you said, he's got some tricks in the grappling department, but the wrestling is not there for him to stop Munoz from taking him down, and I don't think the submissions are there either. So I'm excited to watch this. I think it's going to be Munoz, and I think he is someone to take notice of in that division.
Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised that they didn't push him a little bit more, But I guess another Brazilian, like, and it's just like it's harder to get like on the top and get that, except if you're not Alex Pereira, who had
Mhm.
interesting story against Israel Adesanya. Otherwise, like you really need to build up, your way up,
Yeah. I see if he gets past this guy, Brendan Allen, then maybe there's a few names that have all faced Adesanya like twice, or in Pereira's case 3 times. So maybe we'll get one of those guys, Whitaker, Vittori. That'd be nice to see him work his way up after this.
Yeah, I really see him like to more or less easily beat up everyone. Whitaker would be hard matchup for him,
Mhm.
but let's wait. Like, let's see how he's gonna do in this one. It's not like easy task in front of him. Because Brandon Allen can really like put a fire up his ass in stand up.
Mhm.
So we will see.
That's true. All right. Next up, we got Augusto Sakai and Dantella Mays going for it. This is a heavyweight bout, and I think this is probably a step down from what Sakai has been facing recently. He's had a loss streak lately, 4 fights, all of them getting finished, and all of those in the past 2 years. So he's had a rough 2 years. But if you look at the guys that he's lost to, they're all solid dudes in the heavyweight division. It's just you know he doesn't look completely outclassed until he starts losing, in my opinion. And so you can't say he has one great weakness. He's just a little notch below those guys. And Dontel Miz, I think that's the guy that he could do well against generally. However, we've talked about this before. Like the damage you take, I think it adds up. And at this point, 4 fight losses in a row, all by finish. I think Mays can kind of capitalize on the damage that Sakai has absorbed in the past 2 years. Even if maybe he's not the same caliber of his past opponents, I see Mays taking this one. How about you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I was really impressed in his last fight against undefeated Egyptian fighter Hamdi Abdelawah. Uh, I think I even lost some money on him in that one because like live was like going up and down. At the end, he lost that fight, I think. But like it was no contest due positive test like on I don't know which, but like on some illegal or like magic substances,
Yeah.
so that when no contest, but like I really saw good performance like against really solid guy. He managed to survive first round, came back, and what really like put me on the side of Mayes is that like interesting fact, like he even went 3 times to Dana White Contender Series to get in UFC, like to get his chance. And like he had like not maybe such a good start, but like and it was like against like now title contender, interim champion Cyril Gann, and then Nascimento, and then he start picking up the pace. Like he won 2. Last one, let's say he lost, but like his performance was amazing. It was really like a super paced heavyweight fight, and he managed, like in my opinion, like to end up hard. Like he lost again. It was no contest, and I think he really deserved that to not lose that fight. So we will see. I think he's like building up, and like what really like put me on side. Even though you said everything what you say for Sakai, and I agree on that, it's that he don't give up, and I think from fight to fight he's getting better, and like I think this is his opportunity to get like a win against really good fighter who is like in his down, like. But it's interesting also to see how it's gonna be with Sakai. 4 losses in a row, like you said, like all good opponents. Now his back is against the wall. I don't think they're gonna give him a chance after 5-0. Like they'll start cutting. And I saw like and we're gonna post in the news. I think even a couple guys got cut in last couple days. I think they're gonna start cutting more, like even heavyweights, because they're getting so much talent to Dana White Contender Series, and I think new season is starting now, so they need to open the space for new fighters. So we're gonna see how Sakai is gonna react. Like he has the knowledge, he's really good. Let's see how he's gonna fight when his back is really against the wall. But like I'm still gonna give this one a little bit advantage to Miles. So I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, I mean it's a definitely interesting fight. It's a battle between like the older veteran, even though he's not that old, but veteran in the UFC, versus Mays, who just like you said, he puts a pace on that is exceptional, especially for heavyweights. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah,
Those,
and they're like when you're saying about the age, they're same. They're like both 31 years old, and
yeah,
they're super young. Let's say for the
yeah.
heavyweight, So let's see how it goes. Like I would like to Sakai to stay in UFC, but like I don't think if he lose this one, that I think they're gonna cut him.
Yeah, there's very few people I could think of who had five losses in a row and were able to stay. It's pretty rare. Maybe if you're like a big star or you help build the sport in some kind of way. But who knows? We'll have to see.
Let's see. It's heavyweights. Everything is possible.
Oh. Next up, we talked a little bit about this a couple of days ago during our recap. I think we're both intrigued for this comeback of Tatiana Suarez. She was doing awesome things in the strawweight division. She was on quite a win streak. I believe she's undefeated, no? And
Yeah.
yeah, she is. Yeah, she's undefeated with 9 fights in the strawweight division. This is her return to flyweight against Montana De La Rosa. Interesting fight. Who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty hard to go against Tatiana Suarez, and but like you're gonna see later, I skipped this fight on both are even though you pick her and I pick her, it's just minus 750, like so everything is possible. It was a long layoff, like how with her injury, how much like she recovered because it was pretty serious injury that I know,
Hmm.
so I think like if she comes back like where she stopped, it's gonna be easy victory for her, especially on the matchup. Like if you see like what De La Rosa is doing, like she's the most effective and she end up on top. You know,
Hmm.
with her grappling, with her ground and pound, and I don't see just how she's gonna take down Tatiana Suarez. You know, we didn't see so much her grappling from the back, so that's why I cannot even give her a little bit chance, But like we saw Tatiana getting in trouble, like sometimes from the top position, like not like real trouble, but like she got stuck in like some half submissions, like but she managed to push through with her wrestling, with her pace, like she just like gets out of the danger and manage to maul all her opponents, so I think it's really good matchup for her, so it's gonna be easy victory, but like we never know, like that layoff, like if De La Rosa comes pump up, like maybe she will manage to keep her on the distance and maybe even land some strike because her right hand is not for underestimate. you know,
Hmm.
we will see.
Yeah, and this isn't the kind of layoff where she's holding out for more money or she's I don't know getting into trouble outside of fights. This is a layoff because she's had a catastrophic knee injury, so she hasn't been training while getting her knee back into shape. I listened to an interview and she couldn't train too much, but she was running. So before the injury, I would have no question, no doubt. I think she's going to win this pretty easily. But after the injury, that is a big question. I'm still pulling for Suarez. I think she can get it done. But Montana De La Rosa, she's been active this whole time. And, I think her striking is pretty good too. Tatiana Suarez, most of her fights, we don't see her strike because she's so aggressive and so quick to get to the takedown and make it her kind of fight. But those moments where you do see her strike, like against Nina Nunez, who was, I believe, Nina Ansaroff at the time, maybe, she got tired, and when she got tired, she didn't look that amazing in the striking department. So I wonder, was she already have a compromised knee? Is that why her cardio was bad? Was it the weight cut was too much? Because that was at straw weight. Is that why her cardio was bad? But if her cardio's good, which I think will be better at flyweight, right? She doesn't have to cut as much weight. If her knee is fully recovered, which I don't see why she would rush her comeback after 3 years being gone. I think she's fully healthy. Then I think this is her fight. It's going to be a nice comeback. She's a fighter inside and outside of the cage. Coming back from cancer, coming back from 2 bad neck injuries, and now a knee injury. For her to come back after 3 years off, I don't think she's playing around. She's coming back for that title. So I've got her against Montana De La Rosa, but it just comes down to that time off because since she's been away, Montana's already fought 8 fights in the time that she's been gone. So we've got another active fighter versus not so active, but possibly future champion. And I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I agree. But like now, when you went a little bit more in the depth, talking about her striking, like even when she's not tired, like she's just not natural striker. She's natural grappler. Like even though like she's aggressive, she's pushing pace to get to that wrestling. Like after like you can see her after combination, like she stays like how to say freeze, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say that 1-2 or that 2 can go like if De La Rosa really prepare good and put everything. And I think that's her only chance where she should put like all her cards or
Mm-hmm.
all her chips to it, like in that like maybe exchanges when there's a distance and when she frees to really unload 2-3 or 1-2, like just like to get her like a like a reindeer in front of the lights.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see how that will go.
I think it's just deer in front of the headlights, but
I said
reindeer.
reindeer.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you want a little extra there. I mean, I'm sure they get caught in headlights too.
I got distracted.
Uh,
Let's move to the next one.
all right, next one. I believe this is the first fight of the card, but we got who's it? Mike Malott versus Johan LAINESSE. How do you say that, Alex? Is that French?
LAINESSE. Yeah, he's French Canadian, I think. Johan LAINESSE or
Yeah.
LAINESSE. I don't know.
Are they both French Canadian? I know Mike Malott is Canadian.
Yeah, I guess that they're both. I'm not sure about Malott, but I think he is because when I was watching his fight, I think I heard like guys from the corner that sound like French Canadian. So
Yeah.
I guess they are decided to cut one French Canadian out. Like one is going up to the rankings, other one is going down. So that's gonna be interesting one, interesting matchup. How do you see this one?
There's not too much footage for either one of them. I'm going with Mike Malott, and it's almost a toss up for me. I think he's on a longer streak. He's got a 4-fight win streak. Versus Johan, he's got that one fight. But honestly, it is a toss up for me. I like Mike Malott. I think he's quick. Johan is a little bit looser with his strikes, but I could see this going either way. I just hope that the winner of this fight gets some color in their picture from the UFC. Where do you get this picture from?
Yeah, from UFC app from Fight Pass. I
These
usually put them there.
these French Canadians getting no love, no
I
color.
guess no. That's why they let them to fight each other.
Yeah.
But we need to check because I couldn't find too much information on the Malott. I mean, like they need to climb up a little bit to the rankings for me to dig deeper, like in their personal where from. Like this, I just care about like fighting style and what I can get from there.
Mhm.
So this one is going to be pretty interesting. Like Johan came to the UFC undefeated. And his debut, he did really good. Like first round he won in my opinion. Second round he was winning until he got clipped. Uh, and like what honestly like what really got me worried, I think he even tapped on punches. Like I
Mhm.
saw one like tap, but like it was just one tap on the mat. So I cannot say for sure, but like in his second fight, he came in his last fight. He did like solid, and you can see that like he's more hesitant. He was moving more. He was using leg kicks in the both fights, trying to keep the distance. He has a power in his hand. If you go through his resume, he has a lot of KOs underneath him, but like it was like not that high level competition, and he really you can see when he's like preparing that shot, he's really winding and he's like even like a hopping forward to throw the punch. And I think even if it's good in some moments, he really cover a lot of distance and he connects, but like against good striker who is gonna really like stand and feel it and see it and go for the counter, that can be a problem.
Mhm.
And why I'm going with Mike and I give him more chance, like I really like his debut against like a seasoned guy like a Mike Gall. Like he was really calm, like he even get his nose busted. He was
Mhm.
keeping composed and he managed to knock him out. I think it was a right hook, if I get it right, and put him like flat to his face,
Yeah.
and that's what I really like. And I think if he can go through that distance and that movement that Johan is making, uh, I can see him knock him out. Like he's really relaxed, relaxed with the hands, and when he throws with the power. Johan also has a power, but he's more like a telegraphing. You can see it from the mile away if you're a good
Mhm.
striker. So it's gonna be an interesting match, and I think like we can even see the finish like under the round and a half if they start how I think they're gonna start.
Yeah, and I think that's what the UFC is aiming for. You got two aggressive guys who just want to knock each other out, and it usually makes for an interesting and fun first fight to open up the card. So, looking forward to that.
I think it's a second. This is the first one, and it's really interesting one. But like my fault, like I didn't send you the one that we're gonna go over. So I'm just gonna go quickly. We have a Trevor pick against Eric Gonzalez. Like we said, two aggressive guys to open the card. Like they are not afraid to go and exchange. Like we have Eric Gonzalez, like two fights in UFC, two losses. First fight he got against like a Jim Miller. He did like okay, but like then like it's just like how to say it was maybe like a debut or whatever. Like he's just like open, like even like how he got KO'd when he stepped with his back leg to do the push kick. He just stays there like with his chin hanging, and like one time he got clipped but not that bad, and then second time he repeat again the same similar technique. He went for that, he tried to do like some slap with the leg when he was in southpaw, and he got KO'd. So he's really open for the punches. Same for Trevor. He's really aggressive. He don't mind to uh, get hurt to hurt the guy. So I think this one is gonna be really like interesting one. High pace in light heavyweight. Like perfect matchup, like you said. I mean, I guess they try with two matchups that's gonna be really high pace and going for the KO. Uh, to open the really interesting card, in my opinion, much better than the last week. But even
Mhm.
last week at the end, we had some, I mean, solid fights, even though there was like almost all decisions.
Right. Is this Peak's UFC debut? Has he been in the UFC before?
Uh, yeah, I think that's his debut. He was
Okay.
like in Dana
Uh,
White Contender Series, so I think it's his
gotcha.
debut.
Well, undefeated fighter, so it always interests me to see if they could keep that streak going. Obviously this is a bit of a different level, but Eric Gonzalez, could be a good fight to get his debut in.
Yeah, we will see. Like he got like a pretty good matchup, like for his style. I think he's stronger. So he is gonna have that advantage, just like Eric Gonzalez is really unpredictable, like for his opponent and for himself, like because sometimes like he do some things like and like we saw in the fight with Jim Miller, like don't repeat the mistake that you make, you know, and even if he gets taken down, he's gonna try to use the strikes, the elbows. Like I saw, like he's really active. Just like it's a question. Is gonna be Trevor too much for him because I think he's gonna be much stronger fighter in this one.
I think you. All right, so we got the picks here.
Yep. So I deleted that one because I didn't send you to prepare that one because, like, honestly, we were thinking this is the official main card. So
Yeah, and I still think it is. It's the 5 fights, but I think every now and then they'll put 6 fights on the main card. So these are the ones that I looked at. These are my picks.
yeah, we need to figure out where is for sure, like because like on the different ones, like you can find different. Usually, I go always with that UFC Pass app, and usually it's precise. But like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that we have only 5 fights in the main card. Look, this one, we almost have all the same picks. What's going on, Patrick?
It's kind of rare, but I think after seeing my score from the last two, you're probably trying to copy a little bit my picks because you realize my predictions are pretty solid. But we'll see. I guess how different could the payouts be? I know you usually pull these up here. So this is what your bet because you picked
Yeah, but
Krylov.
like honestly, you see how tricky I am. I'm trying to save myself on the two. Like here, where I put the money, I went with Johan. So,
Mm,
like I said, I can see him winning that fight with the movement and the kicks. So I guess I changed my mind in the last moment because first I did that, and then I was placing the bets, and I was like, I'm not gonna do same. I wanted to make a little bit difference. So I
mm.
changed here. So I guess we have again two that they're not same. So I put also like Eric Gonzalez on mine. On your, I didn't do anything. So like even like you see how contradictory I am. I said Eric Gonzalez, even though I was now praising the other guy. What's his name?
Peaks.
Trevor Peak. Yeah. Now let's go to yours.
Who? Okay.
Okay, I kick out Tatiana. I'm not putting even like $10 on -750. That's my
Bruh.
rule.
Yeah.
Everything above 300, I'm not playing on it.
I'm a little bit surprised they gave her that much of a favorite. She definitely has the record, but just with the layoff, um, yeah, that's a huge favorite. You would think that's the type of odds you give a champion versus, someone
Completely.
ranked top 10.
Not even top 10. Like some, I don't know honestly where they finding those odds. Like because I really see like that fight can go other way. Like especially in striking department if she prepares
Yeah.
good and try to stay there. But also like on the other side, like I said, her stronger weapon is gonna be out. Like she usually
True.
likes to take down, end up on top, and I don't think she can do that in this fight. So,
Yeah.
but we talk enough about that. Do we have anything else on the slides?
Yeah, actually, we got the GOAT of combat sports, undefeated. If you look at the resume, he's taken out many MMA champions. We got the return, uh, no, of Jake Paul. He's fighting this weekend, boxing fight. Who you got in this one? Are you watching this?
Fuck no. Really,
Come
that's
on,
this weekend?
that's this Sunday. Did you have any idea that this was on the radar coming up?
No, I heard the stories about it, but I didn't know it's coming so soon. I was thinking they're promoting something for the few months ahead. So, I mean, honestly, we are living in the era that we are living where everything is about likes and how many followers you have, how much you're popular. I think the fighting is also losing a little bit the point of everything. But I mean, I guess it is how it is, like we have two, I don't know, they're looking like a models, like Jake Paul is looking like a, I don't know, hillbilly model, and this guy is looking like a younger brother of what's his name, Brendan Shaw. So I'm gonna skip that, to be honest.
Yeah, the rumor is that Jake Paul wants to fight Nate Diaz after this, and it might actually be close to being done. Would you watch that fight?
That fight I would watch, like just like Nate Diaz is like Nate Diaz, like you don't want to skip that, and you really want to see how that will go, like I think that's gonna be his real challenge, like
Mhm.
to see how he's gonna go against really guy who have really solid boxing, that he
Yeah,
wasn't in MMA, he could be a boxer. He would be probably like maybe high level, but like highest level, but he would be pretty high level in my opinion.
supposedly Tommy Fury is a legit boxer. He's a professional boxer.
I don't know. There is like a rumors going both ways that he doesn't know what he's doing, that he's solid.
Yeah,
I mean, at least his brother know what he's doing. He's one
yeah,
of
you can't
them.
argue that. His brother might be the goat of boxing, but uh, yeah, I'm gonna find a way to see it. You know.
I don't know. Are we going for dinner this Saturday?
Yeah, this is actually Sunday.
This is
This fight.
Sunday.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
miss dinner to watch this fight. I mean, this is come on, but yeah, I'm gonna watch this fight on Sunday.
Okay, okay. Maybe I will watch it if I don't have anything smarter to do. What else we have from the news? You surprised me. I didn't even know we have a news for this.
I don't have anything pulled up, but actually, have you? I remember you putting some odds on Haram's opponent pulling out. Did you hear what happened?
Yep, of course. I know. I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, so our boy Haram has a new opponent. I believe his new opponent is 0-1. I'm not sure. I've seen his last fight, and he throws punches, but he lost it by DQ. So hopefully this guy knows the rules going into this fight. I think it's Hiram's gonna have a fun time in there. I think
Yeah, I
just
think so too. Like just like to start the rolling, and we're gonna see. Like he's like one of the hardest worker, and he moves amazingly for the big guys. So we will see how far he can push.
yeah.
So I'm pretty hype up about that one.
Me too. I'm excited for it. Gonna get it done Friday evening in Willowsbrook, Illinois. So let's get it. All
Stay
right.
tuned. That's it.
Any other parting words for the fans and the reindeer out there?
Reindeer. I need to Google that. What the fuck even mean reindeer?
Dude, I think they come out around like Christmas time. Did you guys
Oh,
hear about
yeah, that's the
Rudolph?
reindeer. Okay, okay. My brain is not working. Like I told you, I'm doing lot of things like in the last couple of days. That's why even sorry guys if our information in this one didn't go best. Like I didn't prepare good slides. I didn't prepare the news, but like what we need likes, shares, and subscribe. We spend like really a lot of time on this, like, and for us to push us to do more breakdowns, more information, start like share with your friends, and maybe like you're gonna make some money, especially like I'm gonna start like um live betting, what I really do the best and where I make most of my money, like how I'm not super good like in this betting. We are like solid, but like we're gonna post soon like all my wins that I managed to catch live. You know, like live, I'm the most productive, most money that I waste like this throwing on the stupid picks. I get back and I even end up a little bit on top. So stay tuned. Soon we're gonna show you like amazing odds that I'm picking up on live matches. But really, I'm not gonna post anymore until we have some love from you. You know, like as much as the community around us, we have some comments, some ideas what we should throw. Then we will start giving more. You know, because like there is a lot of work behind this. You know, we spend a lot of time. I mean, it's good for us because we are preparing for the fights, especially me because I break down like this and I can bet easily. And we are doing something useful. At least we are spending time and talking about the fights because we don't see each other so much anymore. Like even like I don't know who asked me like why you're not coming to classes. I was like, are you crazy? Like he's whole day at the gym. Like why he would come? He needs to do something else.
Yeah, I'm still alive. For anyone wondering, I'm still here.
Yeah, I don't know who asked me. I think it was last night or the last training. I think it was last night.
Uh,
Yeah, I was like,
Someone calling me out, Alex? Do I gotta come beat someone up?
you should come up and like just like so I can sit in the corner and enjoy, you know, like so I don't have to beat up people. So it's much.
All right.
Yeah, I think Sasha asked. Yeah, Sasha
All
asked.
right.
Yeah, I just remember. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. Hopefully, this weekend is gonna be better. Last weekend it wasn't that bad for us, like we said in the breakdown. So I'm not gonna repeat. This weekend we're gonna maybe skip breakdown because I don't know will we watch all the fights because we have a dinner.
Mhm.
So Sunday we are taking off and back on Wednesday with the new fight card to break up for you. You say good, fuck it. After reindeer, everything is good. Good night, guys.
All right. Ciao, everybody. Enjoy the fights.